Okay guys, so you're ready to get subscribers to your email list and you've just published your amazing lead gen landing page. But the problem is that you have a lot of visitors coming to your page but very few opt in. Well, there's a reason for that, and in this video I'm going to break down for you why your landing page might just not be converting your visitors and how you can master the art of creating a high converting landing page that gets people to subscribe for your freebie or lead magnet like crazy. So keep watching. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Dawn Marie and I'm a digital marketer here on YouTube documenting my journey of starting a digital product business from scratch. So if you want to follow along with me, maybe you might be on your own journey and you could probably pick up a few tips from myself, then please do subscribe. I would love if you stick around. Also, if you haven't yet got your hands on my 10-day action plan for launching and selling a digital product, then check the description box below for a link, because in that action plan, I'm walking you through what to do, when to do it, and how, so you can never miss a step, launch your digital product, and start to sell. Now, I've been building landing pages for my business since 2016. I've sold products, built an email list of subscribers, and most of my landing pages get above 30% conversion rate. So I know by now what I'm doing to get those high conversions, and I'm going to tell you in this video. So if you're selling info products like ebooks, masterclasses, or webinars, and lead generation is part of your strategy, then having a landing page that converts at an impressive rate can really make all the difference. So it's not just about having a fancy website or a beautiful design. At least that's what I thought when I first got started. But I realized that there are things that you can strategically do on the page that will speak directly to your audience, grab their attention, and encourage them to take the action that you want. Now, I use Leadpages for my landing pages. It's user-friendly and it allows creators to create stunning, beautiful landing pages, pop-ups, alert bars, and more. It's the only landing page builder that I've been using in my business since when I got started, and really you can do a lot of clever things, which I hope that I will be able to show you in another video. But the great thing about Leadpages is that you don't need any coding skills and pretty much drag and drop, and it's the perfect solution for info product creators like us. So if you don't yet have a landing page, you can first log into Leadpages, or if you don't have an account, sign up for one by going to leadpages.com. And if you'd like to support me to say thanks for this tutorial, I've also left my affiliate link in the description box below, where I will receive a small commission from Leadpages as a thank you for referring you to them if you do go on to use it. You then want to come to your dashboard and click on this blue button here, Create New Landing Page, and you can create a new page either from the templates that Leadpages has provided or from a blank canvas. If you're doing it from a blank canvas, I want you to use the next steps to make sure that you're creating a landing page that is highly convertible. Now let's dive into the key elements you should include on your landing page for maximum conversions. But before I get to that, I want to make sure that you understand what you should avoid on your landing page. What I have found is that less is more. So what I mean by that is that you should only include the absolute amount of content on your page to inform your visitors of what they're getting. So anything that will not add value to the visitor in helping them make a decision on whether to opt in for your lead magnet or freebie should not be included on your page. Now, I've seen landing pages with so many distracting visuals. It's very text heavy and a lot of clutter, and it's obvious why their page is converting poorly. So when you're building your page, try to keep the design clean and focused on the main goal, right? That is to get the visitor to opt in, right? So simplicity is going to be your best friend when it comes to designing your landing page. Now, the next thing that you want to avoid is long, complex forms. I mean, these can definitely be conversion killers. So I only like getting the information that I need from a subscriber to help me deliver the product. So in my case, that will be an email address, right? So as an info product creator, you might be in the same boat in that you really only need the person's email address to deliver the lead magnet or whatever product that you have. Sometimes you might want to personalize your emails, right? So you may also want to include the name field, but that's it. Remember that asking for too much information on a landing page can really deter users from completing the sign-up process. So if you're asking for a postal address, a phone number, maybe a website URL, these might be reasons why people aren't converting. So only ask for the pieces of information that are absolutely necessary for you to deliver your freebie. And my final pro tip is to avoid distracting menus. So all of my landing pages, you will see that I never included navigation menus or links. And there's a reason for that, because it can be distracting for the visitor, right? So you just want them to go to your page and take one action, and that is to opt in. You don't want them clicking here, clicking there, clicking everywhere, since that can divert your visitors' attention away from your page. And we really don't want that. We want them to remain focused and engaged. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's walk through the essential steps to creating a high converting landing page using Leadpages. I think these steps will help you improve your headlines, communicate your offer effectively, design an engaging layout, and strategically place your call to action button. So my step one is crafting an attention-grabbing headline. You really want your headline to capture the attention and give value to the reader. So for example, on my landing page where I'm giving away my 10-day action plan, my headline is very specific, clear, and action-oriented. So it clearly communicates the main benefit and purpose of the action plan, which is to guide users through the process of launching and selling digital products in a concise and actionable manner. Also, by mentioning the 10-day time frame, the headline adds a specific and time-bound element, implying that users can expect a structured plan that will help them get results within a defined period. I've also included the word action plan, right? So that emphasizes that my resource will provide practical steps and strategies, suggesting that it's a hands-on guide for taking action and achieving desired outcomes. So when you look at your headline, ask yourself, is it clear, specific, and value-driven? And if you're not sure, here's a formula that you can use to write your headline, which I always use in my own business when I'm writing my landing pages. And that is how to benefit or bold promise without a pain point, challenge, or what your target audience doesn't want to do. So here what you're doing is you're talking about the benefit that the user would likely get when they opt in for your freebie. For example, how to get 5 corporate clients within the next 90 days. But you're also telling them that they will achieve this benefit without doing what they don't want. So for example, you might say they don't want to do cold calls, so without cold calling. Also, I've left 4 other headline formulas in the description box for you to play with. All right, let's go to step 2. So step 2 is once you've drawn the reader in with an attention-grabbing headline, you want to go on and communicate the benefits and value of your offer. So you want to clearly articulate what your freebie offers and how it solves your audience's pain points, challenges, or problems. Now, I can't stress how big this one is, because if you get this wrong, this can cause your landing page to convert poorly. And I've had the experience of this myself when the copy on my landing page that I was promoting was so vague and unclear that my page converted at just 9%, but by making some tweaks and adjustments to the copy, I got it to convert at over 20%. So here's what I learned from this experience. The more specific you make your copy and agitate the pain points of your visitors, the better it's likely to convert. So here's an example. Before I changed my copy to this bullet point, why spending months creating a product that probably will never sell is never the first thing you should do, and what to do instead if you want to spare yourself the disappointment of your product falling flat. This is what I had. What to do to get your product to sell. So you can see the difference between the first copy and the second one. So in my second copy, I know that my target audience has the challenge of creating digital products for months. And then when they do so, they often get very little sales. So this can be discouraging. So I wanted to disrupt that belief and tell them that this is not what they should be doing. So I'm really driving in that pain point and giving them a eureka moment that if that's not what they should be doing, then what is it? So this is where I'm introducing curiosity into the copy. I didn't tell them what they should do on the landing page itself. I actually want them to opt in and find out. So therefore, it means that the only way they could find out is that they would need to subscribe. So I want you to ask yourself, do you really know what your target audience's pain points are? And if yes, how are you using them in your copy on your landing page? All right, so let's dive right into step 3, and that is the layout of your landing page. You really want to use an engaging layout with visuals, especially if you're an aesthetic person. So if you're using images, make sure they're clean and professional and of a high quality. I mean, sometimes I use images on my landing page, but on this one, I didn't use any. But I do want you to focus on my layout, right? So I have my headline at the top with my call to action button, and then my bullet points are at the bottom. So this layout is very simple. It gets to the point of what I want the reader to do. There's absolutely nothing excessive on this landing page that is going to divert the user's attention away. So it simply tells them what they're going to get, the benefit of downloading my lead magnet, the outcome that they will achieve, and how long it will take them to implement my steps. I've also included a section here about who this action plan is for. So that makes sure that I am only encouraging those who I want on my email list to opt in. Now, I'm not saying that this is the only layout that will drive the highest conversions. Leadpages has really great templates with layouts that are based on this best practice. So if I go into the create a landing page here, for example, this layout here, if I just click preview, where the image is on the left with the headline and copy on the right and the call to action button underneath. Or this layout, this one is on a longer page where you have the image on the right, the headline and copy with the call to action button on the left. But if I scroll down further, you will see that there is a space to add social proof such as testimonials. Here they have as featured in, which is another social proof feature. And then they also have details about the author. Plus, they have a call to action button at the bottom as well. So this layout, I would also co-sign. Okay, so the next step for a high converting landing page is your call to action button. I like adding my CTA button just above the fold, so at the top section of my landing page, so it's easy to see and will encourage people to click. Now, if you're using a long landing page like this one, for example, I would include a CTA button at the top, like how they have it here, and then, well, actually at the top where they have it here, and also one at the bottom as well. So the reader will not have to scroll back to the top. And again, you are encouraging action. Now, one thing that we should go to the extra step to do is include value-driven or benefit-driven copy on the CTA to make them stand out and create excitement. So on this landing page, I mean, everyone uses call to action copy like submit or send, but I think using a benefit driven CTA like send me the free report or start your digital product journey now really motivates the reader to take those steps that you want them to. So remember, when choosing your call to action, align it with the value and benefits of your lead magnet while maintaining a clear and concise message, and use strong and action-oriented language that encourages your visitors to take the next steps. Now, apart from these steps, there are a few additional considerations I want you to keep in mind. Leadpages has a split test option as well that allows you to compare different versions of your landing page so you can see what's working and what's not working. Now, the split test option is only available on pro versions, but it's so helpful, especially if you're driving traffic to a landing page that's converting poorly. You can really see what changes are impacting results and take a measured step towards improving your conversion rate. So I would highly recommend that you use it. Also, don't forget to incorporate social proof, testimonials, reviews, case studies. All of these can help build trust and credibility with your audience, and this too plays a crucial role in driving conversions. Even if you don't have that social proof, don't worry about it, but at least try to incorporate some element of it. All right, guys, so that's it. My key steps and considerations to create a high converting landing page using Leadpages. Now it's time for you to take action, and I want you to tell me in the comment section which of these steps will you put into practice so you can maximize your conversions. If you found this video helpful, then please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content on info product and digital product marketing. And don't forget to check out the 10-day action plan to launching your own digital product in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now.